Welcome. One of the persisting problem in case of community solar water heating systems which are mounted on multi-storied building like this shown in the snapshot here. Suppose a multi-storied building is there. On the terrace of the multi-storied building, solar water heating systems are installed. Nowadays, many of the municipal corporations made it compulsory to install solar water heating systems on their terrace. The builder doesn't get completion certificate unless water heating system is installed. So it is nowadays mandatory for all the apartment buildings in many municipal corporation areas to install solar water heating systems. Now the problem with solar water heating systems is that collectors are installed on a terrace and there is a common storage tank, and then the distribution is through the hot water line, hot water distribution line. Now the problem is there is a great project and challenging project hidden behind this application of solar water heating system. Suppose flat A here on this flat A here, the inmates of the flat A use water heating system, solar water heater, hot water we can say, hot water maybe from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. The habit or the custom of other apartment owner may be different. So now the people who use, or the apartment owners who use hot water earlier, they will be finishing the hot water, and then a person may be using hot water at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. He may not get the hot water. So the problem is with the equitable distribution of hot water. Each flat, suppose this system is 10,000 liters per day system. Now there are 100 flats. So 100 flats should get 100 liters of hot water every day, all the time, 24 hours. So there is a problem of equitable distribution of hot water. And when the people or the members of the society, they don't get hot water as per their requirement, then they blame the technology. So the technology, which is a sustainable technology, it gets bad name due to the technical solution not available. So it is a challenge to engineers. We are also working on this project. It is really a challenge to engineers. Maybe UG level, PG level, diploma level, you can take this as this sort of a project and come up with a solution. So this is really a great problem for community system, the equitable distribution of hot water in community systems. So this is one challenging area. So if you come up with some sort of a, say, solenoid wall, oh well, solenoid walls are available which are imported, but the cost, so such solenoid walls are required to be installed in the line of each flat. So many, suppose there are 50 flats, then 50 solenoid walls are needed. So the cost of imported solenoid wall is so high that it doesn't justify the investment, because the investment in solar water heating system is comparable to the cost of the solenoid wall. So that solution of installing imported solenoid wall is not viable right now. So the potential is there to come up with a solution. Another project, solar water heating systems are also used in industrial process heating applications. Now in industrial process heating applications, there are certain applications which require a fixed temperature. For example, monomer application in, say, plastic industry, or in other polymer industry, there are certain processes which take place in a reaction vessel in staged manner. So every stage demands a fixed temperature, very hardcore maintained temperature at, say, 57-58 degrees Celsius. If the temperature, this temperature to the process is supplied by hot water. So if there is a slight change in the hot water temperature which is supplied to the process, the quality of the product which is coming out of that process will be hampered. So in industries, there are two things: strict control of quality and reliability. These two things are needed from solar water heating system. Of course, industries don't totally rely on solar water heating systems. They have the auxiliary systems, but whenever solar water heating system is delivering hot water, then it is expected that it should deliver at a constant temperature or a required process temperature. However, the nature of solar source is not like this. So there is a challenge of integration here. You can see here it is shown that on a typical day, solar radiation, this is a global radiation. On x-axis, time of the day, and then on y-axis, radiation intensity, instantaneous radiation intensity is shown here on y-axis. The radiation intensity varies from 100 watt per meter square to 900 watt. So over a typical day, from 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the evening, this is the variation of global radiation. The global radiation goes on increasing from 6 o'clock in the morning, then it goes on, it increases till 12:30, and then from 12 at 12:30 it reaches the peak, and then again it goes on. Now diffuse radiation is also somewhat varying, but in a more flatter way, less responsive way. But the thing to note here is that there is a variation of availability of heat from the sun. Now this variable radiation available will produce hot water which is variable in temperature. In morning you will get temperature of the order of 45-50 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon you will get the temperature of the order of say 85-90 degrees Celsius, and again in the evening, towards evening or towards afternoon, you will get the less temperature. But suppose this is a typical process. The process requirement is say 65 degrees Celsius. Now how to cater water at 65 degrees Celsius from such a variable source? This is called integration of solar energy with a industrial process heat. This is really a challenging task for engineers. Each task or each process can be a customized project. So I am presenting here as a average case that the project may be at any level, from research level till the diploma level. So delivery of constant temperature hot water to industrial process heating. Now what will be the mode of this project? You select an industrial process heat where hot water is required, and then you try to design the solar system which will supply maximum amount of energy to meet the process heat requirement. So this is again a great area in which the students can work in solar water heating system. Now let us come to the concentrating collectors. What here shown is a parabolic profile. So parabolic profile has a characteristic that the characteristic indicates that when on a parabolic reflector, suppose you imagine this to be a parabolic reflector, a mirror, and what does this parabola characterize? The parabola characterize that if the parallel rays of light, any light, maybe sunlight or any light, they are incident, then all those parallel lights are focused on a point called focus at the focal point of the parabola. This is a characteristic of this surface. This is a characteristic of this curve. This geometric characteristic is made use of in solar thermal utilization. So what we can do in for its utilization, parabolic reflectors or parabolic mirrors are manufactured in this manner, which have a parabolic profile, and then they are put facing the sun, and then they receive this parallel sunlight, and the sunlight is focused here. So concentration of sunlight, we can say, happens here. So the temperatures which we are getting here with parabolic concentrators are higher than those flat plate collectors. Now the requirement of this parabolic profile is that the light should always be normally incident. The light should always be normally incident means what? If we connect this point to this point, end points of the parabolic curve, it is called aperture line. This is the imaginary aperture line. Okay, so the requirement is that the requirement of concentration of light in parabolic concentrators is that the sun rays should always be perpendicular to the imaginary aperture plane. Now, sun is moving from east to west. Now, if sun changes its position, the rays will no more be parallel to this aperture plane. So, accordingly, time to time, this parabolic reflector has to be turned as per the motion of the sun. This parabolic reflector should always face the sun. This process of following the sun and maintaining the normal incidence is called tracking. So tracking is a mandatory requirement for parabolic trough collectors. So let us see some examples where parabolic troughs are used, or at the experimental level or other levels. So this is one parabolic trough collector which is installed at IIT Madras laboratory. Now this, you can say, this is a parabolic profile, and these are the parabolic mirrors. These mirrors are manufactured by Saint-Gobain by bending it in a thermal manner. So these are the mirror surfaces. Now here the specifications are given. Reflectivity of these mirrors is 0.95. Width is 2.5. Width means this point to this point, the straight distance. This is the width, 2.5 meters, and length is 3 meters. So this length of the parabolic reflector is 3 meters. So aperture area comes out to be 15 meters. Okay, both. The receiver diameter is 60. Now the receiver, we are extracting the heat from the focal point. So here extremely high temperatures are generated at this focal point. Okay, this point here we can place a tube which is called receiver. This tube is covered by a glass cover to avoid convective losses. So here this is an absorber covered by the glass tube. So this absorber diameter, these dimensions are given. Receiver material is stainless steel. Concentration ratio. Concentration ratio is that we will discuss when we will actually cover the design and performance estimation of concentrating collectors. But just to understand here in a very crude way, this is how, this is in a parabolic reflector, this is the aperture area. For example, let us say this area is 2 meters square per meter length. Per meter length of the parabola, we can say this is a 2 meter square aperture. Then where it is concentrating on a very small area. Suppose this is 0.2 meters square. So 2 meters square divided by 0.2. What is the concentration of area? At what extent the area is reduced, reciprocal of that is called the concentration ratio. So concentration ratio indicates the temperature achieved by the fluid. The higher the concentration ratio, the higher is the temperature of the fluid. Here the concentration ratio is 26, means this aperture is reducing the incident beam 26 times on the absorber. So accordingly the temperature is increased. Tracking, north-south tracking. About tracking we will dedicate a separate session afterwards about the tracking. Tracking is just following the sun. There are modes of tracking, north-south and east-west tracking. So this tracking is north-south tracking. This is one parabolic trough collector which we have manufactured under AICTE RPS grant at COEP. So this we manufactured with 2.5 meters of aperture area width, and then 6 meters. So 2.5 into 6 is 15 meters square of area we covered. This is an absorber, and here you can say in a previous picture here, mirrors, reflectors used were mirrors. Here we have used anodized aluminum sheet as a reflector material. But we faced some difficulty. The temperatures obtained here were of the order of 200 degrees, 200-250 degrees Celsius temperature of water obtained, like low pressure steam is obtained. Here we could not get that much temperature because of the inherent quality of the metallic surface. You can see here the serrations here. So here there are dimples. We could not make a perfect reflector as a plain reflector as plain as glass. Here this being a anodized aluminum surface, here some dimples are formed, and those dimples created scattering, imperfect reflection, and then due to that temperatures were less. So this lesson we learned in this project. So this is a side view of the parabola. So parabolic trough collector produced at our lab. So this is the parabolic profile, and this you can see is the mechanism, tracking mechanism here we have used, and this instrument we have used for monitoring the quantum of tracking or the extent of tracking. Here you can see the bright light, the sun, solar energy is concentrated here. You cannot see with the bare eye. You have to wear goggles to see at this point. So extremely high temperatures of the absorber surface we get at this point. So this is another example of parabolic trough collector installed at Gwalpahari, National Institute of Solar Energy, Gurgaon. This parabolic trough collector assembly is used, the rating of this is 15 kilowatt. So it runs a 4.5 TR capacity vapor absorption for comfort cooling in some block of NISC. So this is again the same photograph, parabolic trough collector plant at air conditioning at NISC Gurgaon. This is 96 meters square feet. You can see here how is the structure of it. So how it is supported. This is the fluid, thermic fluid line. This is the support here, and then how light the structure is. So there are different designs available. There is again a challenge for engineers to come up with a low weight and light design. These are the parabolic trough designs which are used abroad. See, you can see here how light the structure is. So the structure has to be light. So it is a tubular structure, and you can see the size of the structure. The man is standing here, and the height of the parabolic structure is starting from here, and the focus is here. So it's really challenging to engineers to design such structures. And in addition, besides this, the structure is tracking the sun, so it is moving with sun. So that is really an engineering challenge. Now, another type of concentrating collector is called Schaeffler dish. Schaeffler dishes have been very popular in the domestic applications, you can say, or in non-profit applications. So Schaeffler dish is a dish type of a collector. So you can see here, it is a parabolic cylindrical parabolic. Sometimes parabolic trough collectors are called cylindrical parabolic. Why they are called cylindrical parabolic? Because this is a parabola, and then it is extended over a cylinder across the length. Any length you can go on extending. So this is a parabolic trough collector, cylindrical parabolic collector. However, parabolic dish is a dish type of a collector. It doesn't have any length. So if parabola or any parabolic profile is extended over its axis, it is revolved over its axis, then you will get a dish. So Schaeffler dish is a dish type of collector. The difference is that you can see here, when the sun moves from this direction to this direction, the collector tracks the sun like this, in this direction. So simultaneously, focus is also moving. The entire assembly, everywhere you can see here. See, if the collector is moving from this direction to this direction following the sun, focus is also moving along it. So it is a moving focus in collector, parabolic trough collector. But here you can see Schaeffler dish collector is a fixed focus. It is receiving sun rays like this in this direction, and then it is pointing or focusing all the solar energy at a certain point. So the maximum temperature obtained in Schaeffler dishes is of the order of 120 degrees Celsius. So this is it is suitable for hotels, hospitals. At Shirdi, these Schaeffler dishes are used. At Mount Abu, Brahmakumari ashram, they are being used. So Schaeffler dishes, the professional viability or the professional economics doesn't fit the bill, but non-profit organizations, they are among non-profit organizations, these Schaeffler dishes have been very popular, and to a certain extent they have been installed in industries also. So this is just a typical example of Schaeffler dish used for sewage treatment plant. So these are the Schaeffler dishes, and this is the fixed focus. Another type of the dish type of a collector, you can say, is a paraboloid dish. So it is an assembly of small mirrors. So those assembly of small mirrors, these mirrors are arranged in a parabola in 3 dimensions. So this is Arun collector, which is a registered trademark. So this Arun collector is a huge, it is 160 meters square. 1600 square foot of dish, huge dish weighing 160 tons. So this structure is a huge structure. It receives these collectors receive solar energy, and then they focus. And the point here water, pressurized water is circulated, and you get it is used for pasteurization purpose. These dishes are to be tracked as per the movement of the sun, accurate. We will take a break here and then continue our discussion.